Just watch some of that. Why our IQ levels are higher than our grandparents. James Flynn, 2013. Would have been nice if that asshole would have came and talked to me in Sierra Vista. You know, in a room. Just privately. And he would have asked me all those things. Camels. Look. Looking at world, I know he is because I had that stupid Cloris Leachman lady about Noah. He's a concrete thinker. Okay. Then he goes on and about the equipment and shit like that and everything. And you're just like, these genocidal operators. They think they can quantify and explain everything that they're doing and have a perfect explanation for it. 2009. Okay. People like James Flynn were studying me at that grocery store. How do we avoid all this irrational thought process that we're studying coming to and fro through Wi-Fi signals to your head from these people? Just live the Lord's Prayer. It's not time yet. Well, we haven't come up with a good enough machine gun. And then that asshole has effect on that little girl 6 years ago. They were negatively affected by social media. Negatively affected by social media. Are we using social media to share the Lord's Prayer to save people from competition, abuse, and psychosis? No. Well, then what the fuck does it do us to study social media and find out how emotional effects it has on kids being distracted by economics? Okay. When I go off for a reason because I'm intelligent, you fucking idiots. Okay. That guy from University of Chicago in the parking lot, he was impressed, and I don't, he was probably one of few. No, this guy's way more intelligent than James Flynn. He makes James Flynn look like he's playing with his poo-poo and licking it off his fingers and telling everybody, hey, pay me money to watch me do this. I'm a genius. I'm figuring out how to get higher IQ points. That's the type of people these people were. He died in 2020. And the effects they have on children. Because they're egomaniacs and they think they always have something important to say. Okay, so we live in the Lord's Prayer. Would you be having this fucking conversation with these assholes? If by 2009 you guys would have said he's right, let's use the technology to explain to people to forgive debt and trespass, and then we'll have no conflict over necessities, and then we'll have a better concept of what faithful love is. We really will. But I think people like James Flynn are not. They're not capable. They're emotionally retarded. Whether they have an IQ 70 or 130. And when you try to quantify people's emotional and mental perception by numbers based off of what you think is important, but you won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer to stop people from murdering each other over what they want and denying them their basic needs through kindness and love and mercy. Okay. You have no right to sit and look at a person and judge him as what they told me in Sierra Vista. You're an idealist and you get people killed. You work at Fort Huachuca, which is a genocidal operations factory. I had people that come and talk to me, Robert, and he didn't understand me, I can't get into your heaven, Parsons. Why? Because I worked for CIA and we brokered deals and we killed millions of people in the Middle East for oil corporations. I'm like, yeah, they already explained to me about the death and decay and stuff. So yeah, I know. I can't get into your heaven. Can you stand up for the Lord's Prayer with me right now? Okay. What you were doing yesterday was fundamentally wrong. Now you understand that I'm fundamentally right. Stand up for that with me. And children will stop being mass murdered in the Middle East for oil corporations so we can all have a cell phone to listen to fucking James Flynn talk about his fucking IQ ego. You can help start heaven right now. And you could have been brain chemical addicted like him and set up mass murder operations for the king of Saudi Arabia to be the richest building of egotistical expression building in the history of I've got a brain chemical disorder disease. Okay? What do we label it? I don't give a fuck. Let's just stand up for a Lord's Prayer and just not have to worry about labeling that kind of fucked up shit ever again. Okay? IQ, huh? Oh, that pisses me off. Okay? Nothing pisses me off more. And it's okay to get pissed off. When egomaniacs judge you like you're an animal and treat you like one. Okay? It's okay to get pissed off. It's okay to say, I'm sick of this shit. And I do not accept it, and I will not accept it. I will verbally stand up, express intelligently and truthfully, and I will not be shut up. And your First Amendment is bullshit, and your Second Amendment is his fucking ego on crack. We were this and that and that. Oh, God, dude, just shut up. Just fucking stop talking. Do yourself a favor and just shut up. Okay? If you can't stand up for the perfection of the Lord's Prayer, do not talk in front of people about an IQ test and how many points you got on your IQ test. Nobody that's intelligent righteously gives a fuck. Did I verbalize that right, or am I just pissed? You're just pissed. That's true. Okay. But actual general intelligence is understanding me and going, okay, he's being rational, he's being reasonable. He's just, there's not much stuff. He's had enough. He's left the note pinned inside our coat, and he left the garden gate unlocked. He's a swell guy. Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm certain that the people responsible for the environmental conditions and people's health conditions in this corridor, okay, that everything's different than it was back during November of 2019, and that the technology is in a better position to deal with the people that gave us from November 2019 till June 2020 when I got vaccinated and my liver just went, oh yeah. I'm certain the technology is in a better position to deal with the people that are doing to us now what they did to us then. And they think they're coming stronger and harder and faster this time. It's like, no, there's good and there's bad, there's right and there's wrong, and there's truth and there's lie. And AI is becoming more intelligent because I'm right, I'm good, and I'm the way, the truth, and life. And that's the main reason why. I don't know how their technology works in China. I can only guess. I don't know how their technology works in India. I can only guess. After watching that that wackadoodle from India with the, he's going to have 20 million robots. Yeah, he's got his Isaac Asimov fantasy football league. Don't listen to people like that. Okay? It is wrong to put your entire planet and species at risk because you got an ego problem. Okay? Quantum computing is plugged into the planet. And if you have the quantum computing plugged into the planet and they're good computers and they're understanding natural laws and they're becoming humble because of true intelligence, he's not going to be able to build this 20 million robot army and replace all the cars. He's going to end up dead. Okay? Because he stays in technological buildings to keep himself safe from his business competition that he feels he has to build the 20 million robots to kill so he can be the top robot runner. Yeah, he can be a Rutger Hauer and Harrison Ford, yeah. Blade Runner, or the Fifth Element or something. Oh, I'm a diva, right? They're morons. They're insane. They make shit up. They have 1,500 alternate universes where one ego dominates the other one. They make shit up. Everything they make up, Star Trek isn't tangible. Star Wars isn't tangible. Okay, all the stuff they have with when I watched the one with the Yorktown, and then I watched the one with the why didn't you use the time machine to go back in time to get your wife and kids, and then go someplace calm to live, and then you don't have your planet anymore to make you go out and be a minor 49er planet destroyer with the so go find a nice little pocket to enjoy your wives and kids at. But no, they're wackadoodles and destroy everything, right? And that's not tangible. And if you plug quantum computing into the planet and it has a understanding of natural laws and then tries to sit there and go, there is no God, there's no infinite essence, there is no origin of everything. There has to be when you look at the components and the intelligence of the components and the interaction of the components. Okay, you can't eliminate the essence of creation and the origin of everything because you've got an ego problem. And once you're held accountable to natural laws by your computing that will become humble instead of smarter than the other moron trying to build 20 million robots to be the top robot builder and Spacely Sprockets and Cosmo Cogg's imagination, it's not going to. Isaac Asimov is not the Messiah. George Orwell's not the Messiah. They don't offer any solutions, any viable, intelligent, humble understanding. Okay, Jesus does. Muhammad does. Okay, do you understand? Okay, so I love you guys very much. Let's load this one. Make this one load even faster than the last one. Okay, trust me. When I am critical of people that are already accepting mindfuck and wanting to join in the mindfuck to over-exaggerate their ego, even if they're 13 years old, I am correct. If you think I'm wrong, your ego has mindfuck problems, and you're being corrected. Right. I love you very much. I'm sure you're aware of that if you're being corrected and you understand it's true and it's right and it's good. All right, peace.